With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here. Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Set, ready, go to base. Down to lose one. Patch it, patch it. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
A good gain there on first down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The sack there by Trent Murphy.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's pulled in at the 32. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Come get some. He don't want it.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 41-yard line.
Right, ready? Go 58's the mic. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
This time Wilson will throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Come on. Strong left, strong left, strong left. You got three down, 3 down. Check 3. 12.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Cardinals' 30-yard line.
Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. It's coming this way. Here we go. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. Push him back.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead going to an opposite color jersey.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
43 is the Mike.
Now Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Put him on the, good job right there. Let's put that team on the front. Joker. 66, pull it, tap.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. To throw is Wilson. And this is going to be in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Right there, 54, right there, 54. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Kill, turn up. Tight door.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
15-yard line. A gain of 12. And a Cardinal first down.
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. We're scoreless after one.
With no score.
Check right 54. Right 54. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Come again.
Murray now on 1st down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Mike 5-4. Come on. You better bring it. Check the backer, check the backer. It's free. 22.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Murray now. And his throw here's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now it's Lockett. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And it's a fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end. And it'll be intercepted. It's off with great anticipation.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 18-yard line.
Cut. 14. Blue 80.
This is Hunt. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
315. Run left. 25.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the 1st half.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless 1st half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from the game. Oh, now Murray has it stripped, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
That's what I'm talking about.
Brings up 2nd and 16 at the 41-yard line.
Tight, 380. Run left. Watch your slant.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Watch the eye. Go, go. Shit. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check. Zip it. Fresno. Check this.
From the 24, Murray eluding the pressure right. Looking deep for Gabriel. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Their own 42-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here we go, G.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey guys, listen. 14. Shoot! Watch the shoot! 80 weapons. Go.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 16. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
What we got, son?
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Taylor Gabriel, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the gun, Murray. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I know the natural instinct is to kick the extra point there and tie the game. But here in this spot, at this point of the game, is there another coach maybe weighing in with what to do here?
Well, I think that analytics are starting to say, with it being from the 2, that you're going for 2 more often. That makes sense. But there, I still like going for 1, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, that's my first instinct. But I'm understanding how the game is starting to change. And we're getting a number of these quarterbacks who are telling their coaches, we should go for 2 all the time. I want to see if we ever get a team that actually starts to do that.
I'm going to go in and out.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Right here, double count.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. He finds an opening past the 40. And a cutback, right sideline. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. First down, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one.
And the pressure gets to him again. Trent Murphy able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's Hunt. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Two times. Go 14. Check 24. Check 23.
They'll run again with Hunt. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this is going to hit the... line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Looking deep for Gabriel. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Taylor Gabriel, 84 yards, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. Back now in Seattle, Washington, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Kill. 25. 6.
Throwing is Wilson. Steps away. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result.
Mike's by 4. Hey, watch the lane. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. So we got man.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Hunt. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. At their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Murray to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Andy Isabella was the intended target. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Back to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
He'll find Metcalf. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Wilson to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown of the new season, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
We got this. At their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. Inside of a minute to go now, 2 timeouts left, still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
On 2nd down, Freeman. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Quick throw into the hands of Hopkins out wide. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray, out to his left. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This will be taken short. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Cardinals, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.